Namaste, greetings to all, and welcome to another episode of One Way of Thinking About It. One Way of Thinking About It is a Q&A platform where we take up questions from individuals around the world and take about 10 or so minutes to answer each question from our deepest understanding at this present moment. So with the foundation laid, let's get into it. Our question today comes in from Costa Rica. Costa Rica checking in. Costa Rica in the building. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. So our question reads, why do I want love from a person who does not love me? Great question. Powerful question. Man, okay. So let's look at this. The two biggest things that we need to look at in this question is want and love. So let's start with love first of all, because this word love, there is so many different feelings around it, meanings of it, the way people approach this word is completely different. If it's 8 million people, 8 billion people in the world, there's probably about 4 billion different ways that we approach this word love. So for today, in this context, we are going to define love as identification plus unselfishness equals love. So what is identification? Identification is when you identify with an object or being. I identify with my mother. So it could go either way. You could have identification plus unselfishness, which equals love, or you can have love plus selfishness equals attachment. So it's no longer love there. What it is attachment. And what the masses of humanity, unfortunately, is caught up in, wrapped up in most of their, in all of their relationships that you use the word love in, 9 times out of 10, it is an attachment. It is not identification with unselfishness. It is love plus selfishness, which equals attachment. So when we start to look at our relationships from this lens, our relationship that we speak of, that we have love for objects and beings, when we start to really look at it from the context of selfishness and unselfishness, now we can start to see what is really going on with this relationship and why this relationship is possibly not fulfilling us. So now to look at the word want. This is a great one right here, because what we think we want, what we think we need in our lives, we have no clue about. The mind goes off of its preferences, what it likes, and tries to avoid what it dislikes. And it goes off of its feelings and emotions. So we constantly are feeling with our feelings and emotions of thinking that we know what we want because it makes me feel good in this moment, or because I have this mental agitation, or I have this unhappiness or unsettling feeling inside of me. So I think that I want something, or I need a certain thing to complete me, or to take away this feeling of unhappiness or sadness or misery or boredom or just try to fill our time with things. So we say, oh, I want this, or I need this. This will make me happy right now. And whenever we are trying to fulfill a feeling, an emotion that is going on inside of us, this mental agitation of stress, of worry, or anxiety, or boredom, or unhappiness, or loneliness, anytime that we feel like something from the outside world is needed for us to be complete or happy or harmonious, settled, just at peace inside of ourselves, it's never going to work. There's a wonderful quote that I love, that it is difficult to find happiness within ourselves, but it is impossible to find it outside of ourselves. And to really understand the truth in this, all you have to do is reflect upon your life. Reflect upon the last time that you wanted something or needed something, and you got it. How long were you happy for? How long were you settled for before something else popped up? Oh, now I want this, or now I need this. Or, they're fine. I love them and everything, but thank you for bringing him to me or her to me. But what if they could just do this? What if they could not do this? This happens all the time. We get what we want, we get what we think we need, and for a moment, we're okay. Everything is fine. But then that next desire pops up, that next want, that next need pops up. And just a moment ago, we were saying, if I got this, I wouldn't need nothing else. I would be good. I would be good if I had this much money, if I had this partner, if I lived in this place, if I had this car, if I had this outfit, if I had this drink or drug or whatever it may be, if I had this business. Wouldn't need anything more. I'd be good. I would be set. Who can honestly say when you have gotten this? Because when we really set our minds to something, when we have really wanted something or needed something, it has appeared. It has come to pass in our lives. Maybe not in the right way that we wanted it to be, not in that perfect, but it was fulfilled. That desire was fulfilled. And I guess that's, with speaking of that, I guess that's what keeps us looking on the outside, because it's never quite perfect in our minds the way we imagined it. And when it manifests into the world, to be honest, it's never going to be the way we imagined it, because the mind is an imagination. So when it manifests in the real world, this imagination, this story that we've conjured up, it's going to look slightly different. But if we really break it down and look at really what it is, it's what we wanted. It's what we needed. But for some reason, it does not make us happy forever. When we thought in our mind that this was going to make us happy forever, we said to ourselves, if I had this, I'm good. I don't need anything else. We really feel that in our hearts of hearts, like, I will be good. I have this much money. I have this partner. All is going to be well. I'm good. I ain't going to need nothing more. And the only thing we have to do is be honest with ourselves and look back upon our experiences throughout life, and we'll see that this is untrue. So, why do I want love from a person who does not love me? Now you have to look at this as a whole and say, what is the desire inside of myself that is being unfulfilled? What is the unhappiness? What is the sadness? What is the hole inside of me? What is this incompleteness inside of me that I am trying to fill with something outside of me? Once we can answer this question for ourselves, now we will no longer look outside of ourselves. We will understand that it is inside of us. And once we start to look at love in the light of identification and unselfishness, now when it comes to another person, if we truly identify with them and we are unselfish, that we don't need anything from them, that we don't want anything from them except for their highest good, except for the best for them, that's being unselfish with another human being. That is love. When we can be at that place, whatever they are doing that is their highest calling, that is in their highest good, we should want for them, whether that's them being with us or not. That is love. Anything else is attachment, is selfish attachment, is egocentric attachment. So this is one way of thinking about it. Thank you for joining me for this episode. Great question. I know it touches on a lot of personal things within us all, what we want and this feeling of love. So great question. Until next time, much love, health, peace, prosperity to all. And if you have any questions, any comments, any clarifications, please leave it in the comment box below. Until next time, namaste.